Hey everyone, you're tuning in to the Spades Wrestling is Theater podcast. Welcome to Wrestling is Theater's podcast. I am your host, Spade, and I'm here to talk about all wrestling stuff related in this week. So, let's kick it off what we started off. We left it off with some contracts and stuff as AJ Styles has returned to the WWE, and there is a linkage with his TNA gimmick. There is a linkage of what they're booking up with AJ Styles. So there is a link right there that AJ Styles has returned to TNA, and he's not returned to TNA. My bad again. I'm saying the worst shit. All right, let's change that. AJ Styles has returned to WWE, and they have a connection with TNA. And you know what? I'm going to say the Endeavor deal, now it makes more sense because they got a connection with TNA or something. I was like, damn, now it makes more sense. So, well, it makes sense that they're trying to get that Lone Wolf gimmick from TNA of AJ Styles because, TNA owns that gimmick. WWE has. So they're probably trying to get the rights for Endeavor to stream. I don't know. Or they're probably thinking of a deal with TNA. Probably WWE wants to have a partnership with TNA, like cross-wrestle. AJ Styles can go there and wrestle. I think will be a good thing. And AEW and New Japan can just go suck it if they want to. Because, bro, nobody cares, really. I like the reincarnations of TNA. And I'm not one of those people. I have been seeing a lot of hate on the internet, on all your wrestling fans. I've seen all your stupid on Facebook or whatever, or Instagram. There's just any platform. The hate for AEW, dude. Like literally, just shut the fuck up and think about what kind of shitty product you were getting from the WWE, and who's responsible for giving you a good product and helping the product get better. AEW. AEW pushed the envelope to show us that we are better, and the WWE. And as soon, I think with Vince in charge, it was going to be hard. But as soon as Triple H, so he saw what AEW was doing, and he knew that they're trying to say that we're the better product. But Triple H has said in an interview with Ariel Helwani that that if I want to show people my product, I'll show people my product. There's just, if people want to watch AEW, they can watch AEW. It's up to them to watch that product. That's not my decision. That's just, if they want to see their product, they can watch that product. But I'm going to make my product the best damn, and that's again Triple H on making his product that damn good. And who has pushed him to do that? AEW. It's competition. So just think about it. You're saying AEW is dying and stuff. Dude, it's like since WCW died or something or whatever in the early 2000s, man, literally the start of the decade of 2000s, and ECW died, whatever. So before the JCP finished and all the territories that Vince McMahon ran out of business. So you had all that stuff. Then you had WCW going on. So I'm just saying, just chill out, Just chill and just relax and just enjoy, because you had such good competition with the likes of Goldberg, Hollywood Hogan, NWO, and just incredible talent, DDP. There was just this, and there was competition, but then that died for us. And then in the 2000s, they went for the brand split. They went for the brand split, especially because they had such a bloated roster. And in my opinion, it was really beneficial to do that. And now I'm looking at AEW compared to WWE, which they're smart and they pulled up a brand split. WWE right now, I would say if they can make it up, they probably don't need a brand split. They have such good product. They can even do it without a brand split. But I have to point out this, people, again, AEW's talent is too much. And other than Tony Khan, okay, so again, let's go back to what, I'll get back to my point. I'll get back to what I just said about how AEW, the thing I think about AEW is, but how they're not giving talent time and just rubbing them the wrong way. So the hate for AEW is really unjustified. There's no reason to hate them. AEW is an incredible company. If AEW succeeds, WWE succeeds. If WWE succeeds, AEW should succeed. It shouldn't die. If it dies, then the wrestling business just, I don't know, it's just not a great thing. If it's better, like you have these two big billionaire companies in the wrestling business, means then you are going to have top level, means the more, if a person wants to get into the business, now it's not now that you're going to be wrestling in Ring of Honor or wrestling for, chips or wrestling for like an indie wrestling match. I don't know. You won't be doing that nowadays. You will be avoiding that. Like, because now you have the opportunities to go to AEW, the opportunities to go to New Japan or whatever, now TNA too. But so now you have opportunities to go to, you have 4 major companies in the wrestling business, right? They're the top 4 companies. So, and 3 North American, as people know. TNA, AEW, and WWE. So you have these companies, and I think it's a great opportunity. Like, it's such a great thing. Like, you have so many, like, you have these companies and even the independent wrestling scene is thriving, and it's thriving because it's because of the people in AEW. That's why it's thriving. So I think AEW is not an indie company, but I've noticed what kind of company it is actually right now. It's a company that's being used, other than the round robin tournament with the Continental Classic, which I've not really been able to check out because I think I'm not able to get my time off CM Punk and WWE stuff. I gotta check out those matches. I think I kind of watched a little bit of the Bryan Danielson one and with Eddie Kingston, and I think that was a really slippery. Well, it was an interesting match. It was a good, hard-hitting match that I would like. So I think probably had good chemistry too. So the round robin tournament, the Continental Classic thing that they're doing, I think that's incredible. But the thing is that the way Tony Khan, this will come to my problem. Like, these are I think my issues, I feel like, with AEW. So Tony Khan doesn't feel any love to just book a talent according to how over he is, how he needs to be the guy. It's the moment to and the iron's hot, you just strike then. And I can blame WWE all for that, but Tony Khan, he doesn't have his own PLE team, man. He's just taking, as a kid plays with action figures, and like a kid is just doing whatever he wants to do with his action figures. That's what Tony Khan, he is, this favorite action figure is gonna be the guy. If he doesn't like that action figure gonna be sitting in catering or stay away. Like, if he doesn't have anything to do with the guys, like, the dude has really never had any interest. So he has been, as a kid, booking his own indie shows, as a kid booking his own little action figure promotions, playing with action figures, booking his show as a kid. So, but he's never been a part of the wrestling business, I think. Just Tony Khan, he needs a PLE team, people might be, I'm going to say something that people might not like, but, let me say it, please. Like, I think you got to hear it. I think if he gets Bischoff, Russo, don't get him. I have nothing against Russo, but as we know, Russo has not had the best history, so don't get Russo, but Also, Bischoff, I'm not sure. People also have an issue because he has drowned TNA to the bottom barrel. But he needs his own PR team, dude. He needs his own PR team. He needs his own creative team. I think he has great minds like Mark Henry, Jerry Lynn, and who else is there? Like, Mark Henry, Jerry Lynn, Tony Schiavone, Christopher Daniels, or something. I think those are the guys I know. But if they're actually creative, like they sit with him, because like somebody should tell him that you gotta stop playing with your toy. And it comes back to my next point, that is him having an issue. No, not him having an issue, my bad. Tony Khan's interest in the wrestling business. I think his his interest, like, he doesn't have the experience of a veteran. He's really young guy to what he's doing. And nothing against that, but he's never really been around, like, helping out the business, if I know. Probably the guy has helped out Joshi Pro Wrestling or New Japan World Wrestling or NGPW. Probably has helped out all that Japanese wrestling stuff. Probably has a connection with Japan and Antonio Inoki and Inoki's family and whatever. But in terms of wrestling business, I think Tony Khan has not been able to, consistently book the right talent. There've been plenty of guys who should have been pushed to the moon, in my opinion. They really messed up Wardlow. I got nothing else to say to you. They messed up Wardlow. They had every aspect and opportunity to put the championship, a TNT championship, on him and let him run with that and they had another opportunity, but they just kept on, they really, I hope whatever he's doing right now, Wardlow, I don't hope he succeeds, but damn, how old, just think about how over Wardlow was about nearly 2 years ago at this point, I think, close to now. How over Wardlow was, and what a bum he became in just a few months, because his booking was Tony Khan and he couldn't think of a way to book Wardlow. There were so many ways. You could put a championship on him and let him run with it. Let him beat everybody. He's undefeated. He goes in and he beats the champion. If you would have done that, and if you still had MJF win the championship, and and then he beats MJF, still, I think they would have still pulled the trigger. But I gotta say, Christian Cage has saved that TNT awful championship regime of everybody before. Like, you can say Sammy Guevara and Cody Rhodes and Scorpio Sky and Miro and Eddie Kingston, whatever, I know. Oh yeah, I fucking no. They were having some great matches, but I don't give a fuck. That title lineage was just absolutely just bottom barrel, and it sucked. So, I don't give a fucking thing about it. Until Christian Cage, our father, Christian Cage, he saved that championship, and I'm so proud of Christian Cage. Such incredible work he's doing. And I had a little skit. I'll tell you about something. I was telling him about telling him to the office, something like that. Guys, let's just do this skit. So I did this skit. I was like, because this is how I feel about this is again another AEW issue I have. How I feel, and this is Tony Khan related, and just being, and apparently Adam Copeland's getting punished for saying, go fuck yourself. I don't know why, but okay. Well, but punishing him, But I think, what my skip was the idea I got from it was, a help idea I got from my team or something. I was like, oh, damn, that shit is popping, That, like Adam Copeland. I was like, okay. I'm gonna keep these things and I'm gonna like ask these edits. I'm gonna get these edits done. So whatever I did there, I was like, cool. That shit is. Well, I did that. I was like, because I also don't feel some craze about the storyline. I think they kind of like. I think they could build it up. But I'm sorry, Tony Khan did his worst to book this feud. First of all, again, we just talked about last week. Look at CM Punk. Look at what he's doing in WWE. Look at his star power. Look how over he is. Look how he's still everywhere. And look how they're shown on CM Punk. You had fucking no reason to just bring Adam Copeland in and just do no shit. So yeah, that's like, and then just make him a regular Joe in your roster. He is Adam Copeland, dude. He is the Rated R superstar Edge, the guy who killed Cena, the guy who destroyed people, and the guy who was the villain of the 2000s. Randy Orton ain't the villain of the 2000s. It's Edge. He's maybe the late 2000s, but Edge is the villain in my opinion. So Edge is the crazy ass motherfucker, as it, So you have him not have that star power in AEW. I think that sucks for AEW. And you have him just being just a generic Joe and like and it doesn't feels like Rated R anymore. It just feels so forced. It feels like it's getting shoved down my throat. Like I'm watching. There have been a lot of times that I see the machine and the stuff moving, like the corporate. This is a corporate structure of AEW, how it's working. Like it doesn't feel Edge to me. I would never feel like Edge is gonna say, "Go fuck yourself." Christian Cage, that's his character. Edge. So this was really forced. This was like the corporate machine I could smell from a while. Really corporate. So yeah. And let's talk about Dynamite, dude. Dynamite. So, another AEW topic. AEW has an incredible show, Dynamite and Collision. Let's talk about a stupid show called Rampage. I think they need Rampage to be gone for sure, because I don't think anything you can do with that show. Except you can make that your third show. But if you want to keep like a 3-brand split roster, and if you want Rampage to be, I think if they want Rampage, they need to bring their own developmental. AEW Rampage, AEW Dark. AEW Rampage, I think is Rampage. Rampage is a nice name for like a developmental. Rampage, I like it. So Rampage should be like a developmental thing, rather than just a stupid nothing that nobody gives a fuck of Jeff Hardy and Matt Hardy wrestling with, like, I don't know, Air Fox, whatever the hell they're wrestling with. So I don't know what the hell that's going on. So yeah, Rampage sucks. Just make it your developmental brand and start your own homegrown system. Start your own performance center. Start your AEW, like, you have such good names. You have Jerry Lynn. You have, what's his name? You got Dean Malenko. You have Mark Henry. You have Tony Schiavone. You have Jim Ross, dude. You have one of the best wrestling names you got. So I think you have Adam Copeland. You have Chris Jericho. Dude, you have Christian Cage. You have Paul White, Big Show, you have like you have such incredible talent to start the younger generation and to coach and to teach them to grow rather than being elite, because the elite thing, that you're an elite talent, I'm going to sign you. So Tony Khan just likes his signings and big names, and that's giving an issue. And there's nothing wrong to signing any ex-WWE top star that everybody knows around the world. I think that's good for AEW, because that's going to make AEW known more. But the problem is when that guy comes in, the guys you're building, those get shoved down the card. And you know what happens to them? we forget about them or they disappear. The likes of Ricky Starks, the likes of Sammy Guevara. Sammy Guevara's having a child. Good, just had a child, I think. So really happy for Sammy and his family, and so incredible. But I'm just saying, like, you have all your guys who are just keep on distributing who they build up. Like, so Warbler, there's just examples and examples, dude. I just can't stop talking. There's just a lot of stuff I can say about it. Like, there are examples, but there's just, like, never endless examples. So, but the best thing, in my opinion, which is one of my last points about AEW, is that, the brand split, You need a brand split. WWE had a really damn bloated roster. WWE, when it was WWF, bought out WCW and ECW. They had all the ECW and WWF. Sorry, ECW, WWF, and WCW. And then and ECW plus WCW plus WWF equals to WWE, all right? It became WWE, like this company, like adding all these companies together that now are in one. So WWE owns WWF, WCW, and ECW. So WWF is its former name, so yeah, you can say it doesn't exist really. So what in 2001 they bought out ECW and WCW. And then in 2002, they had a brand split because they felt like these people are talented and they need to show out what they're made of. So we need two different world championships. We can put them on the map. We can put the WCW world title. We can bring that back. We're going to keep the WWE championship. And you know what? It worked. It helped the talent show how good they are and how incredible they are. Instead of just there's no time and space to put the talent. Adam Copeland and Christian Cage, I'm going to hit back on this. Adam Copeland and Christian Cage should be on a Collision. You need a brand split. You need, when they brought back CM Punk for a Collision, I think that they should have just pulled a brand split right then and there. They can make general managers. They can make who a general manager. They can Mark Henry a general manager of like Collision, or Big Show or Paul White a general manager of like. You can do stuff like that. I think general manager also make things entertaining, so I don't mind that. So, and I know Wrestle Talk gets really upset about mega belts that. They're gonna just give these just get two belts to one belt over the one belt there. I feel like you don't need two belts, but I think I think there'll be no problem with two belts at first. I think there's no problem. So you have AEW World Championship, Collision World Championship. You have Dynamite. You have AEW World Championship, Collision World Championship. So these two championships, and this creates a lot of space. So you have Adam Copeland, Christian Cage. I'm just giving you an example here. Not booking. Maybe I'm also starting to book my own fantasy whatever draft here of AEW. Like I'm trying to book here. So you have Edge and Christian, whatever their stuff. Adam Copeland and Christian Cage, and then you have MJF and Adam Cole on Dynamite. You can move Hangman to Collision. I think it'll be nice to see a little change for Hangman, in my opinion. They can be, and you can then move. I think who else could be on Collision should be on Dynamite. You can move what's his name? Malachi Black to Dynamite. You can move Keith Lee to Dynamite. Like there's just so much stuff. Like we're gonna do this, especially again Keith Lee, one of the examples lost under the shuffle, and that's his health issues too. It's crazy to say, but we were really upset about how Keith Lee was being booked, and now how incredible he's being booked. Really, in a sarcastic way, I'm saying, he's not bad, okay? So, yeah, so these are, the things that, bother me, about AEW. I think AEW, needs to figure this shit out. They gotta grow. They gotta figure what they're looking for, because what they're doing right now, is making them go down the barrel or something. And we can just talk about a little more stuff like we can talk about here. Something from WWE, little points here. Raw wasn't an eventful show. I kind of watched enough, but you know, it's another thing I can say about. Well, I'm not really, I could say, but I didn't get to watch the entire match. Well, I think I'll end this for now, probably, but we get back to some stuff, probably. I think we're gonna talk about Raw when I completely see Horizon, and let's just talk about Raw on this podcast. But anyways, this is the Wrestling is Tier podcast, and Spades out. Have a nice day. Or night, or whenever you watch this. Good luck.